Hello everybody, this is John Hardy bringing to you content on time management. And it's an interesting subject because this is one of the most popular questions and the most challenging areas that I interact with my clients almost on a regular basis whenever I see them, the challenges that they have with time. Often it overwhelms them, they're not sure how to do it, they struggle with it, they don't have the keys, strategies or insights. And what I've done is I've collected information and I want to share that with you today to help you. So we can not manage time, but we actually can do something better with our time. And that's the whole purpose of thinking this through today. And so what I want to talk to you about now is distractions. Because this is one of the big areas that people live with time. And I find this with what people do with the open door principle. Business owners sit in their offices and doing their work, and they have their door open to anybody within the business. And then they wonder at the end of the day, oh, what's really going on here? I don't seem to be getting anything for me to do. And I've got still my list of work, and yet I've done 8 or 10 hours and I don't seem to have accomplished anywhere, because what we've done is we've allowed ourselves to be distracted by many things. One of those distractions is the open door principle. I'm going to talk about that. One of the distractions is emails. I'm going to talk about that. One of the distractions is telephone calls, when they come and the demands of those. One of those is meetings that we set up for ourselves. And so we allow in our world distractions. And we wonder where time goes. So let me deal with the first one, the open door principle that people seem to think is the way. I'm available for you all the time. It is a huge distraction, and it's an ineffective and an inefficient use of your time. Because what people will do is they will come into your world and they will bring with them their monkeys. They will sit down at your desk and they will drop their monkeys onto your desk and chat about whatever the dynamic is, and they will leave the monkey for you and they will walk out because you haven't learnt the skill and posing the question back to them, okay, we don't come into this room without a solution. I'm happy to listen to what's going on to you. I'm happy to listen to the challenges that you make, but I want to hear from you. I could do it this way, or my colleague and I were working on this. What do you think? And the power of doing that, of pushing the monkeys back, and if you want to know more about that, read Ken Blanchard's book on the 1 Minute Manager Manages the Monkeys. Powerful, simple book, really powerful, and helping deal with the open door problem. Because there is times for you as business owners where you need to say to your staff, you need to say to your consumers, you need to say to your directors, you need to say to anybody around and about you, if the door is closed so I can do my work. It's really important, and no disturbing me. And it's hard to do, because this is what I say to business owners about the power of saying no. Learning that power is really, really principal, and this is where we can apply that in a very real dynamic that's going on in our world. Let me tackle the email question. We often get distracted by emails because they come to us every minute of every day, 24/7, and they don't stop coming. Sometimes it's our own fault. We've oversubscribed to all sorts of industry and interest and activities and travel and all sorts of things. I've done an exercise in December, and I'm still doing it in January, of unsubscribing because I have enough information coming at me and I'm really being focused. What do I want to come into my world that I want to pay attention to? And I now I have less emails coming in, and they are less distracting. One principle. Second principle is you do not look at your emails till after 11, 12 o'clock in any day. Leave them alone, because they will steal your energy and they steal your time. It's a distraction, and it's going to get in the way, and it's going to trip you up. and cause you to be ineffective and inefficient. The distraction of meetings. Meetings. We think we need to have lots of meetings. No, we don't. It's a distraction. It's an inefficiency. It's ineffective. What we need to do is be creative in that space of what we are going to do when we engage with one or more people. So one or more people means it's going to be a meeting. And every one of those engagements need to have a unique agenda item and a unique purpose about why it actually exists. Now, we often will have staff performance meetings. They need to be scheduled into our calendar, but it's very clear and very focused about what we're actually doing in that time. And I have a great tool that actually helps businesses do that. And if you want to find out, please contact me and I'll talk to you about a very, very powerful tool in that space. It's an online tool, it's a portal you can enter, and it manages everything of those dynamics. It's in your calendar, it's in your staff's calendar, and great accountability. And so this is really powerful. So that's a way in which we can deal with meetings, is what is the purpose and what is the agenda. And here is the thing, it needs to have an execution strategy. If it doesn't have an execution strategy, it might have an agenda, it might have a purpose, but if that purpose is like the never-ending song, it just keeps going on and on and on, it is going to be a distraction for you. And when you're growing your business and having multiple levels of leaders, there is times when you need to push that away. It's my no principle, saying no, and giving that to others to manage key people in your staff. You need 2 or 3, maybe 4 direct reports. The rest needs to be outsourced to others within your organization. And let those layers take place, because they're really powerful. It upskills them, it makes them accountable, but again, it must be that principle. So if you're having a larger meeting, the same principle applies. With 3 or more, it needs to have an agenda, it needs to have a purpose, and it needs to have an execution strategy. They are, otherwise, we get sucked into, we need to have a meeting, we need to have a meeting. No, you don't. You only need to have those dynamics of meeting with people, small groups, where you are meeting for a purpose, with an agenda, and there's an execution strategy coming out of that. And so there is many distractions that want to creep into our world. And here is another one that distracts you with your time management, and that is fires. There seem to be a conversation that goes on with my clients that there is always fires to put out. And what we're doing then is we're living out of the urgent and not living out of the important. It's a distraction. Fires are a distraction, and we've got the wrong emphasis rather than the right emphasis. And it really is important. And so the list is almost endless, the kind of dynamics of distractions that come into your world that are helping you be ineffective and inefficient with your time. So what I want you to do is click on the link below. It will take you to all my content. Become a subscriber, click on the bell, and that way you'll be notified, because I record every week. And there's great stuff coming your way so you can do business better. We'll be back in a short while with taking you through the next dynamic of what we're talking about today, time management.